Welcome the neon inheritance story. Outside, the desert sun dipped low, painting the sky in shades of tangerine and violet. Ruby paused, gazing through the diner's wide windows at the horizon. The strip's lights were waking up, but they couldn't drown out the stars she remembered from her showgirl days, when Vegas was smaller, wilder, and hers. Back then, she danced under spotlights, her sequin costumes catching the glow like a second skin. The diner had been her parents' dream, built with their savings and her sweat, a place where she poured coffee between performances, laughing with truckers and dreamers. Now, it was her anchor, the one thing that hadn't slipped away. The bell above the door jingled, sharp and impatient. Ruby didn't need to look up to know it was Mia, her daughter, 38, all sharp edges and ambition. Mia strode in, her tailored blazer and heels out of place against the diner's worn charm. Her dark hair was pulled back tightly, her phone glowing in her hand like an extension of her body. "Mom," Mia said, her voice clipped. "We need to talk." Ruby kept wiping the counter, her movements slow, deliberate. "Coffee's fresh. Love. Want a cup?" Mia sighed, sliding into a booth but not sitting, her fingers tapping her phone screen. "I don't have time. Look, I've got news. I found a buyer for the diner." The words hit like a dropped plate, sharp but not surprising. Ruby set the rag down, her hazel eyes meeting Mia's, which were the same color but colder, like polished glass. "A buyer?" Ruby repeated, her voice soft, almost curious. "Yeah," Mia said, pacing now, her heels clicking against the linoleum. "A casino group. They're offering 7 figures, Mom." 7. This place is falling apart. Leaky roof, ancient wiring. You can't keep it up forever, and frankly, it's a liability. I've already got the paperwork ready." Ruby turned to the coffee pot, pouring herself a cup she didn't need. Her hands trembled, just a little, but she steadied them against the warm ceramic. "You've been busy." Mia frowned, sensing the weight in her mother's tone, but brushing it off. "It's the right move. You'll have enough to retire, maybe get a condo in Henderson, somewhere safe, with no stairs to trip on. You're not getting younger, Mom." Ruby smiled faintly, her gaze drifting to a photo on the wall, a black and white of her parents behind the counter. 1960, their smiles wide and hopeful. "Safe," she echoed. "Sounds nice." Mia softened. "Just a fraction. It's for the best. You've always said don't cling to things, right? Memories matter more than walls." "Did I say that?" Ruby asked, her voice light, but sharp at the edges. She sipped her coffee, watching Mia over the rim. "When do they take it?" "Next week," Mia said, checking her phone again. "We'll start clearing out tomorrow. I've got movers lined up." Ruby nodded, her face unreadable. "Tomorrow, then." Mia blinked, thrown by the lack of fight. "You're okay with this?" "If you think it's right," Ruby said, her eyes gentle but piercing. "What choice do I have?" The silence stretched, heavy with something Mia couldn't name. She shifted, uncomfortable, then grabbed her purse. "I'm staying at the Baggio tonight. I'll be back in the morning. We'll handle this together, okay?" Ruby just nodded, her smile small and private. After Mia left, the diner felt quieter. The jukebox now playing Patsy Cline's "Crazy." Ruby locked the door, flipped the "closed" sign, and walked to the back, where a narrow staircase led to the storage attic. The air smelled of dust and old dreams. She moved past crates of faded menus and chipped mugs, her fingers brushing a locked trunk in the corner. She knelt, her knees protesting, and opened it with a key she wore around her neck. Inside were relics of another life, sequin gloves, a feathered headdress, and a stack of letters tied with a red ribbon. Beneath them, a deed, yellowed but intact, and a photograph of a man with warm eyes and a crooked smile, his arm around a younger Ruby, both of them laughing under the diner's neon sign. Frankie, her first love, a small-time gambler with a heart bigger than his luck. He'd helped her parents buy the diner, funneling money from his card games, back when Vegas was run by men with slick suits and sharper secrets. Ruby held the photo, her thumb tracing Frankie's face. "She's got your fire," she whispered, "but not your soul." The diner wasn't just a building. It was her story, Frankie's story, their story. Mia didn't know, had never asked, about the nights Ruby danced to keep the lights on, or the promises she and Frankie made under the desert stars. Mia saw a crumbling relic, Ruby saw a life. The next morning, Mia arrived at 7 a.m. a lad in one hand, a clipboard in the other. Ruby was already there, sweeping the floor, her movements calm, almost serene. 2 suitcases sat by the door, one small, one large. "You're packed already?" Mia asked, surprised. "Why hold on to what's gone?" Ruby replied, her smile soft but distant. Mia hesitated, sensing something beneath her mother's calm, but she pushed forward. "The movers will be here at noon. We'll catalog everything, keep what's worth keeping." Ruby nodded, pouring herself another coffee. "Whatever you think's best, love." By noon, the movers were hauling out tables and boxing up dishes. Mia directed them with precision, her voice sharp, her eyes on her phone. Ruby watched from the counter, her hands folded, her expression unreadable. When the last box was loaded, Mia took a selfie in the empty diner, the neon sign glowing faintly behind her. "For the memories," she said, half to herself. Ruby stepped onto the porch, the desert air warm against her skin. She looked at the sign, its letters flickering like they were saying goodbye. Mia joined her, scrolling through her phone. "The wire's cleared," she said. "It's done." Ruby nodded, her eyes on the horizon. "Done," she echoed. That night, in a temporary apartment near the Strip, Mia scrolled through emails, the sale's final confirmation glowing on her screen. She felt a rush of triumph, control. At last, Ruby had settled into a senior condo nearby, a sleek place with marble counters and smiling nurses. Mia visited the next day, expecting gratitude, but Ruby just smiled that same quiet smile, like she knew something Mia didn't. A week later, a knock came at Mia's apartment door. A man stood there, mid-30s, with sharp features and a calm confidence. He wore a charcoal coat, his hands in his pockets. "Mia Delgado?" he asked. "Yes," she said, frowning. "Who are you?" "Leo Marino," he said, his smile polite but cool. "I'm the new owner of Ruby's Diner." Mia's stomach twisted. "Why are you here?" "Thought you should meet the man who now owns the place you sold out from under your mother," Leo said, his tone even but pointed. Mia bristled. "I had every legal right." "I'm sure," Leo said, "but do you know who built that diner?" Mia's mouth opened, then closed. "My grandparents. It's been in the family forever." Leo's gaze sharpened. "Not just them. My father, Frankie Marino, helped fund it. He and Ruby were in love before she married your dad. They built that place together, poured their hearts into it. She came to me a month ago, told me everything, showed me letters, the original deed with her name on it." Mia's breath caught. "That's not possible." "It is," Leo said, pulling an envelope from his pocket. Inside was a photo, Ruby, young and radiant, laughing beside a man with Leo's yellow line, his eyes. "She never lost the diner, Mia." "She let you think she did." "Why?" Mia whispered, her knees weak. "Maybe to teach you something," Leo said, "or maybe to give me what was always mine. She contacted me through a preservation group. I bought the diner to keep it alive, not tear it down." Mia sank onto the couch, the photo trembling in her hands. "She never told me. She said you never asked," Leo replied. He turned to leave, then paused. "Ruby didn't lose the diner, Mia. She gave it to someone who'd protect it. You sold it for money. She saved its soul." Weeks later, Ruby sat in a park near the condo, the desert breeze stirring her hair. She held a letter from Leo. "The diner's glowing again, Ruby. New paint, same sign. Your initials are still on the counter. Some things are worth saving." She smiled, folding the letter carefully. Peace settled over her. Not because she'd won, but because she'd let go. Back at the diner, Leo sanded the counter, the neon sign buzzing outside. A new photo set on the wall, Ruby and Frankie, laughing under the desert sky. Behind it, carved into the wood, "Built with love, kept with heart." Mia never returned to the diner. She walked the strip, made deals, signed papers, but a quiet ache grew in her chest. She'd won the sale, but lost the story. Ruby hadn't been defeated, she'd been patient. And patience, Mia learned too late, was power. Epilogue. 2 years later, Ruby passed quietly in her sleep, a smile on her lips. Her will left Mia the condo and a single envelope. Inside, a note. "My darling Mia, you thought strength was loud, money was power, but the quiet ones, the ones who wait, move mountains. I hope you find your truth. Love, Mom." The diner still stands, its neon sign glowing brighter than ever, a beacon for those who know its story. Thank you so much my story. Watch, like and subscribe my YouTube channel. Goodbye.